Yeah, we back. Mic check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Yes, sir. I had to do some real some connecting and reconnecting and disconnecting and some more stuff to get that Bluetooth act right, y'all. I guess got confused once I jumped off the car, or whatever. But yeah, man. Happy Father's Day again to the real ones. To the real ones. Clowns need not apply. You know who you is. But at the same time, for the real one, they're holding it down, doing what they supposed to do. And when it be sight unseen, don't never ask for a thank you or pat on the back. I appreciate you today. You ain't got no kid, get what? I appreciate you too, cause it's some cats in my family that ain't got no kid. And get what? They were better than me than my own father sometimes. So get what? Appreciate you. But what we are doing today is keeping the train rolling. So I'm gonna give y'all a shout, a little sneak into the play of what been going on with me. And hey, yeah, much love, bro, for real, deal. Hey, I'm gonna show y'all what been going on with me. This truck, and the crazy thing about it, this truck ain't got no problems. Listen to me, y'all. This truck ain't got no problems. The air went out. I took it to the dealership to get some air put back in it. I tell them I want air. I want them to flush my radiator. Uh, What else I said? I want to adjust the kingpin, tighten the jaw up in it. I also dropped that trailer off to get a crack that was on the rug rail, get it fixed, get it welded. Also I had a tail light that was intermittently not working. It was the middle one right there. Okay. Freightliner been had my truck, y'all, since the 4th of June. So has utility since the 4th. Crack steel in the rug rail, didn't put no screw back in it. Fifth wheel ain't adjusted. They did finally put some brakes on it like I asked them. I still ain't got no air. And they want to charge me to put a whole complete air conditioning system in here when the air was just working a month ago, but they don't want to buy parts because they don't know what they're doing. They say they're going to crack lines. I told them if you crack a line, we'll buy it when you crack it. But I'm not spending $8,500, 75 plus a little tax to put no air in a 94 Freightliner. I will buy a generator and a house unit and put in that motherfucker before I get them damn near $8,000 to put some air in the truck. And then I'd have paid for a radiator. They say they couldn't flush it good. They couldn't get all the rust out, so they couldn't put the radiator in. So my truck been sitting. Uh oh yeah. Then I posted in the community. They sent me a $17,000 bill. Listen to me good, man. It's real life FUCK stuff going on in the world right now. And I'm gonna put you up on game. Dealerships are playing the extortion game right now, people. I used to work for a dealership, not a heavy truck dealership, but it's the same business model. They are extorting the customer right now. I'm gonna tell you what happened. Now, they send me a bill for 17.5. I look at it. First thing I see is to get me some air, to get me some air in here, they want 7,500 plus tax. I go down the list of the part. It's every single freaking part to every nut, every bolt, every fitting, the line, the evaporator, the condenser, the compressor. All this shit still work, y'all. I got a leak. I have a Freon leak. They won't put all that on there. Take the dash out, redo everything. Condenser, evaporate out everything. When at the most, when at the most, truck may need a line. I'm gonna put an accumulator on it, the little tank that hold the freon and all that good shit. But ain't nothing wrong with my condenser. The big radiator in front of the radiator, it's nothing. There ain't no hole in that. You want to charge me almost $8,000 to do something that I'm finna go to Texas and do myself when I go pick up my other truck and hook up under this trailer and leave this one out there. Cause when it come away from out there, it's gonna have air and all the stuff it's supposed to have. And Freightliner can pretty much go to hell. But I'm telling you this because the game of the matter is they didn't even look at my truck for 10 days. Never pulled it in the shop, never did a diagnosis. And when I put pressure on them, why y'all ain't got my truck in there? They go just make up an estimate. He say he want air, put everything on there. He say he want brakes, put everything on there. He say he want the kingpin adjusted, just put him a whole kingpin on the damn. Oh, just put him a whole kingpin on the bill. Like no one even looked at my truck, and they sent me this stuff. But when they send you a bill that big and you tell them to do any part of it, when they do the math on it, they be like, well, this bill is over 5,000. So we need at least half to get started. Give y'all some Father's Day game. Happy Father's Day to all the real ones. And like I said, they give you an estimate like that. Okay, you tell them, okay, like I told them, I said, I don't want that AC. Screw the AC. Don't do that. Flush my radiator. Well, they said we can't flush it. After they had about 4 more days, they tell me we can't flush it because we can't get all the rust out the system. We can't put the new radiator on there because they're going to clog it up. I understand it. Okay, do what y'all got to do and get me up out of there. Now, before they did the work, they said we need $3,000 up front to get started. I said, okay, no problem. I'll be up there in 10 minutes. I've been waiting almost 10 days at that time. Y'all ain't touched the truck? Hell yeah. If that would take y'all to get started, that's y'all excuse today. Let me get y'all in my 3 band, boom, real fast. Boom, 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 boom. Before he can get off the phone, I was up there. Because I had started getting frustrated. And I was calling them because I'm at home, bored, shopping. You know what I'm saying? They tried a real one that time. I been at home just bored buying stuff, man. I bought so much low security stuff for the new setup. I done bought some interior stuff for the other truck. Y'all ain't seen it. We gonna do some step by step. We gonna turn that FLD right there into a rider. Cause it got a hell of a heart in it. So you know we gonna do something with that truck. Still coming Peterbilt though when they dog ass. But I give them the 3 grand. So let's see. That was probably day 8 or 9. By day 12, they lied to me like the truck is in the shop and they doing the work on it. Little did they know, I'm in the parking lot looking at my truck sitting behind the building. Just chilling. Ain't doing touch, ain't nothing. It ain't moved since they pulled it back there. So I know they lying. But the killer part is, with all the delays and stuff, if you all of a sudden see your truck not being worked on and you got questions about it, you like, man, just give me my truck back. Now they got $3,000 of your money and they want a 20% restocking fee on them parts they so-called ordered, but they can't even put them on. So you really stuck. Either you can sit there and take that abuse, or you can lose in a $3,000 situation. You can lose about $600 just getting your truck back, and they ain't did a damn thing. So you know I ain't going. I ain't fit put myself in that whole seat. What I told him to do was some stuff I know they could be done real fast. I said, y'all got the brake shoes? We got them. Y'all got the kits to rebuild the brakes, the springs and all that there, and the pins and shit that supposed to go in there? Yeah, we got that, John. All right, put some brakes on it. Put some brakes on it. Put that coolant reservoir on it. Forget about the radiator until we come back in 2 or 3 weeks and get me on up out of there. Subtract all that other stuff off that bill and give me a standing bill right now so I can clear it out. See, I already had did the math in my head. I told them what I wanted to get done. They couldn't do it, so I had to settle for some stuff that got done. So I pulled back up with their other $700 so I can get them out my face. And I need this truck. And then when I get it back, I get a chance to realize that even for the money I spent, right at $4,000 for basically some fucking brakes and an overflow tank. That's all they did. Basically nothing. A whole lot of labor for fucking nothing. That even after that work got done, they didn't even test drive the truck behind it, man. My steering wheel is shaking like a motherfucker in that truck right now, man. Going down the highway because old Freightliners, and this game too. If you're looking for old trucks, you got to understand how they were making trucks back then. That these are stud pilot wheels, also known as Bud wheels, Budd. And as the name implies, the weight of the vehicle, the wheel, is actually bolted to the lug nuts, and it does not ride on the hood. So, by this wheel not being hub centric, it's lug centric. This rim has to be completely centered when installed. It had to be completely centered. I'm finna hope this Bluetooth thing don't go crazy. It's hot out here, y'all. I'm gonna give y'all some content because one thing about it, y'all need to hear this stuff, and I want to let you know what it is for it happen to you. When you get that truck up in that dealership and they get that money and they seem to be really slow poking around, it because they are and they know they can. Shortage of dealerships, like I said, are dealerships. They in the business of selling the service of trucks. Whew. Yeah, hot is killing right now though, boy. That thing's kicking. Can y'all still hear me? Can y'all still hear me? Okay. All right. So in that situation, you stuck really because they got your truck. They give you the impression on the phone that they got your truck in the shop, and it's a part basically where you can't get it. But that wasn't even true. But in the process of you realizing that that truck ain't in the shop and you go up there and raise hell about it, you gave them $3,000. They want a 20% restocking fee. We're gonna say that's $600 every day of the week that you just lost, plus the downtime just to get your truck back. Shit, really some impound yard hostage type stuff, bro. It's really extortion. It's commercial extortion. To be honest with you, I really think I should call the attorney general about it, to be honest with you, and let them be aware of what's going on because this ain't no simple case of they bagging up. They straight up deceiving the customer. They lying to the customer. They ain't bagged up. And then the killer part about this, it ain't like no car dealership, y'all. You gotta understand it. These trucks run 24/7. So these dealerships got a service department and a part department. The service department run 24/7. The parts department probably runs about 14 or 16 hours a day, and they close in the middle of the night from like 1 to 5:30, and they open back up at 6, and they close at like midnight most places. That's a tip right there. The dealership, it look like it closed. It ain't closed. It ain't closed. So if you think about this, if I left it there 14 days, even if they let one technician work on it every day. They got 3 shifts of technicians that should be working on 3 different trucks a day per technician for 14 days. If you're really working on something that long, it don't matter how much rust in your cooling system. In 14 days, we can flush out the whole river. Yes, sir. It's one of those things where people just ain't doing their job and they love to get some money for not doing nothing. So I just want to let y'all know that's the extortion game going on at the dealership right now. Y'all can say it ain't extortion or nothing like that. Let them get your truck and you give them your money and can't get your truck or no satisfaction. And you'll see how much it don't feel like extortion. I was in the street a long time. I know the extortion game. Yeah, I got your shit. What you gonna do about it? If you want your shit back, you gotta pay me for it, even though I ain't did nothing. That's extortion. It's extortion. uh, boy, that there prison shit, boy. That I ain't gonna lie, that penitentiary shit right there. Yeah. Need some help with temps on upgrading the '04 automatic 5.9. Oh, you might well just, you know what I'm saying? I can't, I say this, and let go. Let me pull up at the gas station. I want to give you some real insight on this transmission. Alright, damn. '04 with an automatic on 5.9 and the diagram. That's gonna be '04. Some folks would say 48 RE, but more than likely it's just a 48 in '04. '04, '04. Yeah, it's gonna be an RE. 40, 40, 47, 48 RE. So one of the biggest downfalls of that transmission is the fact that that transmission got like 3 to 4 versions of it. A lot of people, well, you got a 48 in there, you got a 68 RFE in there. It's about 4 versions of a 68 they made. So us not knowing which version that is, but we do know what you want to do with it, I will run it to full fluid change, and I will run it very light, be very nice to it until your money be right. Put you a Suncoast in there, or put your ATS in there, some with a Billy torque converter on it, hardened input shaft, state of support, heavy duty valve body. They sell these transmission pre-built like that. Or you could get all the parts to make it be what it needs to be and take it to a reputable transmission shop, and they should be able to do it. My thing is transmissions are not like engines, and everybody that build a motor really can't even build a transmission. And it actually simpler, but it more attention need to be paid to detail and very much so to cleanliness. That one of them things where a lot of people come up short with their motor work, transmission work, and everything. You go in there, they building the transmission. When they change our truck, go spit when it go from first to second. That's cool. How long it gonna do that though? With that grime and shit off the floor in their shop running around in their brand new transmission with all these parts on it. So, it's one of the things where I would really like to go to ATS or go to Suncoast, let them take mine out, put theirs in, validate it, make sure everything right. But that transmission is a soft spot on that truck. I'm not gonna say it's the Achilles heel of that truck, but it's a well-known soft spot on that truck, and you have to take particularly close attention to the fluid level, fluid color, and fluid smell. And I'm talking about if you pulling with this truck every day, you need to come in and check that fluid in that truck, really check the level on it daily. But you need to be smelling it and checking it, make sure you do a real fluid check on it at least once a week. Because and like I say, it's one of those transmissions that can do the job, but we demand a lot out of these trucks. So, you want to always have a little overkill. If it ain't slipping now, thank God for that. Change the fluid in it, change the filter in it, and start you recommend the maintenance schedule of your own. Like I say, even before you start running it, do a full fluid change. If you could go to the dealership and let them put it on the machine that actually exchanges the fluid. It'll clean out the torque converter and everything, and most definitely put you an auxiliary transmission cooler in line with the factory transmission cooler. Yes, sir. And you know what I'm saying? You can't keep that fluid right there too cool. Once you start running with it, the torque converter gonna produce a lot of heat due to slippage that's designed into that torque converter. So with that being said, you want to reduce the amount of parasitic loss, viscosity breakdown,
scorching, or anything you can do to that fluid, because that fluid gonna determine how hard the clutches be able to apply and how much sustainability you gonna have in the components. Yes, sir. All leaks, address them. All seals, address them. If water get in that transmission, it done. Any of them really, but if water get in that transmission, any kind of way, dip, stick, seal, whatever, that transmission is goner, it's done. So that one of the things, having the oil tight, airtight, and you know what I'm saying, really, baby in that transmission till you be able to put some real components under that truck, 'cause that is a weak spot. Let's see. I still need cheat sheet. Oh, child watching, I have 1468 RFE. I found out if you keep trans cool, it works a lot better. Yes, sir. It works on the principle of hydrodynamics. So, you know, the properties of a oil, the viscosity changes with heat. So most of the time you'll notice that your transmission first thing in the morning, if it's not completely up to operating temperatures, it'll have a stiff shift. It'll shift a little harder, feel like it grabs a little harder, and that's simply because the hydraulic pump inside the transmission doesn't have to work as hard to make pressure with that fluid, because the viscosity is thicker and it does provide more pressure. Just like the oil pressure on your truck, when you first crank it up before it warms up, oil pressure is really high. You probably running 70-80 psi. As soon as the oil cools down, you're running your normal 40. So that's one of those things. But yeah, in most cases, except with the 9 gang, the 7 gang Mercedes transmission, don't do that. But with 68 RFE diesel, yes sir. Also with that 14 model transmission, I'd like to see you do a transmission thermostat delete. Transmission thermostat delete. On that truck, it has on the cooler line, it has a small aluminum. It's not billet, but it's aluminum. Block on it that looks like pretty much a bulkhead fitting, but it's a block that has both of the transmission lines going into it. It's quick disconnect. They sell a thermostat bypass kit, which you take that piece out, which is a thermostat that opens up about 170 or something like that degrees to open up the transmission cooling circuit. You take that off, and you'll notice that that transmission most time around about 15, sometimes 20 degrees cooler on a 6 to 8 RFE, and that's going to extend your transmission life. It doesn't really extend your service intervals, but it allows a little bit more leeway in your service intervals, just simply because the fluid is not being degraded as fast. But yeah, most definitely with that 6 to 8 RFE, I recommend that thermostat bypass for that cooling. Make that transmission run a lot cooler. Like I said, man, it was a whole lot of stuff that was done on that white truck that I really didn't talk about. I just really didn't say it because the reason why I did, you know what I'm saying, the heavy duty valve body in that 6 to 8 RFE, it don't shift like an icing, but it close. But it's grabbing, you know what I'm saying? Like say, it's one of the things where a lot of time, I don't say stuff, you know what I'm saying? Basically because of why I did it at the time. Only reason I had to do that transmission had a 250,000 miles on it. When I did well, almost 250,000 miles on it. When I did what I did to it, it wasn't because it was slipping. It didn't have a problem. I never took it out of the truck or none of that stuff like that. It's just the fact that I had to hold some power. And if you got to hold some power, you need some torque handling ability that factory valve body is just not gonna give you. You can turn the computer up as high as you want to, but without that proper valve body setting and the proper pump pressure, and to be able to put the right boost valve in that transmission, after a certain amount of torque, it's gonna slip regardless. There's nothing you can do about it. That was one of the things that was in that truck. When I tell you that thing changed out and grab on them 22, 14 inch wide tires on the back and go smack when it changed out, every time. It really, yeah, it really did. Um, Missed that truck. Missed that one. It's about 190, the highest I've ever seen. Huge. It's about 190. I've seen huge improvement, bro. Oh, your boy got that Mishimoto on there. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. Charles, I would put that bypass thermostat in there, cause that's still a. Hey, Charles, is that the cooling temp or the trans temp at 190? Charles, cooling temp or trans temp? Yes, sir. We doing it up in here today, man. Hey, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Do that, y'all. Click that X at the top and go back out there, press the like button, and hit that share. If you ain't subscribed, subscribe. Shit, man. We driving real game. But Charles Washington, is that 190? Is that your cooling temp or your transmission temp, bro? Nah, no luck on finding the truck. I told y'all, man, that truck ain't never be found again. Nah. If I was into stealing cars and stole that truck would never, ever be found again. Too much good stuff on that truck. Too much work could be done with that truck. It's just, that was an L. That was a long call. You said a temp, Charles, I'm saying on your transmission or on your engine? Yeah, I think it's south of the border, dude. For real, though. Yeah, I think it's south of the border. Hell yeah, they got out on me, bro. Yeah, they got out on me for real. Trans temp, what the dad say? Okay. 190 on the trans temp. Make sure you got it in tow haul mode, and make sure when you get on the highway, if it ain't no dually, with the heavy duty towing package on it, I don't got an ISO transmission. Don't let that truck go into sixth gear. Select fifth gear when you on the highway and just let it stay right there, bro. Yeah, just let it stay right there. That 190 is what I see in town in stop and go traffic. 190 to right at 200 in stop and go traffic. But on the interstate, that transmission supposed to be running about 165, 164, 168, 170, 73. When my truck really getting it grind on out there, I see about 172 pulling a hill in fifth gear and everything doing as it should. But at 190, I would take that trans cooler thermostat. I'd take that out, replace that with that free flow block, and I would check my fan clutch, bro. That manual fan up there, it's spinning with the motor, but if you had a way to jump the relay, it's a relay for it in your fuel box. You get a small jumper wire and jump it with your key on, but the engine off. You should be able to grab your fan and not be able to turn it. So check that. If you can grab that fan after you find out where the fan clutch relay is, jump that relay. It's gonna lock the fan clutch. Then with the motor stationary, grab the fan clutch and try and turn it. It should be extremely hard to turn. If it's in the counterweight, malleable, you can move pretty easy. You need a fan clutch because something going on. That 190 on that trans temp all day. I'm talking about even at 100 degrees outside running Arizona, I still will run it like 170, 172 on it. And like I say, my truck got a heavy duty cooling system. My truck actually got two. Well, the truck I had, it was actually a different kind of edition of that truck. That truck was a one and a half year only model that had two radiators on it. My truck had a charge. It had a condenser, a radiator, a charge air cooler, another radiator. Like my truck had a Y pipe on it that goes like my top radiator hose was a Y pipe. It went from one radiator around the core support to the other radiator. I had two radiators in my truck. So, you know what I'm saying? Even with that being said, Mississippi Black them with 2016 with the regular heavy duty cool system, not the heavy duty cool system like I had. Day truck had got to the point where I guess they had improved some of the efficiency on it. His truck was running cooler than mine, pulling weight. But you know, hey, it's different with each truck, but the range was the same. He never ran 180 in the daytime, like just driving down the road. 180 is in town in traffic, and that's simply because you haven't gotten to third gear yet. Because once that transmission gets to third gear, the torque converter locks, and all of that becomes no slip, one to one type of deal if everything grab it right. But in town, you can barely get from first to second to third before you get to the next light. So therefore, the torque converter is on, and you generate a lot more heat. Now, 190, you should be probably about 20 degrees cooler than that, man, to be honest with you. About 20 degrees cooler than that on the trans. Because I ain't gonna lie, the first time my transmission fluid ever touched 202 degrees is when my fan clutch went out. Oh, okay. It's a dually on the other state at 170, 175. Okay, yeah, that's got good range, man. 170, 175. That ain't bad, especially when you pull it weight and this a dually. Yeah, that's not bad. But if y'all out there, y'all seeing 180, 190 on the interstate just cruising and it's staying like that all day, you might want to go get your radiator flush, check your fan clutch relay, and just do a general inspection of your cooling system for leaks. Yeah, let's get on to another one. Let's do another one just like the other one. Anybody got a quick question? We about 30 minutes in. Let's see. Here's improvement. Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Now, hey man, Healer Hearts. I remember what you talking about now. Yeah. 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 I'm gonna get that out there. I'll get that out there. Man, I've been at home. I've been doing a lot of work, y'all. I've been just getting the business part of everything like it's supposed to be, and doing some shuffling around and making some new contacts and lining some stuff up to make it so that the other truck and this other driver, this other driver and the other trailer and all that stuff be completely occupied every day. You know what I'm saying? And just make sure everything's straight and you know what I'm saying, the driver, the person that's gonna be moving their piece of equipment, they are competent in what they doing. You know what I'm saying? And I just want to make sure they got every single thing they need. And some of the stuff they didn't even know they needed. Yes, sir. Okay, well check the fan clutch. Thanks for the info. I had a trans fail and I had no idea it would affect the AC as well. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All that stuff is what we call in the automotive world the heat management unit. That whole crap. Yeah, that's crazy. But yeah, about that Ford, yeah, same thing with the Ford, man. Keeping that cooling system as clean as possible. Um, before the season change to winter. And once again, once it comes out of winter and it's finna change to summer, you should be ready to do a cooling flush. Have that already sorted out. Keep that system flowing as cool as possible. Don't forget to, clean your radiators and your condensers. Not so much with the pressure washer, but with some low pressure, just to keep some airflow through there like it should be. You don't want to really bend the fins on that thing. So you might want to spray some of that foaming cleaner on your condenser and your radiator and just get a garden hose and run across that. You don't want to bend that up or risk puncturing that with no high pressure water. Try not to hit that too much at the car wash if you can. Good. Am I buffering still? Good. Okay. Well, like I said, we doing a little Father's Day shout out and a little Q&A for you guys. Shit, probably come back on in a little while. But anybody else got a question before we get off here? I do one more and try and get as in depth on it as I can, and then we'll get on out of here. So I can't say it enough. Happy Father's Day to all the father figures. You know, whether y'all took the test or not, if you feed them, you take care of them, you love them like they're yours, they belong to you. They yours. Old folk, you say, boy, you feel long enough, he start looking like you eventually. Eventually. Let me lease on, bro. Come see me. Must come see me. Um, that opportunity will be available in August. August. I'm gonna open back up my leasing on opportunity for owner operator with their own equipment. Uh, Say Jackson, I'm under a high shot low, boy. That thing gotta be hot on a Sunday, boy. Yes, sir. But yeah, I'm gonna open that avenue back up under my authority with my equipment. Oh, that makes no sense. But I mean, people do that. They do that. But I'm just saying, that'll be more of a situation where it'd be like more like a dispatch service because, um, if you got your own authority, the only way to keep your authority active is to pay your insurance. And to lease on to my company, you're gonna have to pay my insurance on your truck being on my number. So that means you're gonna be paying two insurances every month, bro. And I don't think you want to do that. You might want to rethink that option, and perhaps not ask nobody to do that. Because there's some people that ain't gonna just tell you that, and then you be kind of wondering why your authority got cut off or why you get two bills sent to your phone from Progressive in the same month. What? Yeah. So yeah, you might want to like I said, if you got your own authority, there's no reason to be leased on to anybody. You could partner with a company, you could partner with them, and they could basically broker you loads. Um, but at the end of the day, you'll still be using your own MC number. You know, you'll still be using your own insurance. And that's basically what I do every day, man. You know, I got customers and call brokers and different things like that. And even though, you know what I'm saying, I'm picking it up from their customer and my bad, y'all. But yeah, he said Progressive just quoted him 31,000 out of the NYC. Is that on a high shot, a semi, non CDL, CDL? What that price right there was on Mr. Constant? And like I said, man, can't nobody hustle this stuff like you, man. Like I tell you out here because it's a lot of pitfall to go into, especially when you're talking about leasing and doing this, and then your goal is to really have your own authority, and you kind of be mixing the bag up a little bit more. Then it gotta be they got office space you can rent, like Airbnb now. Gonna do that out of Mississippi to get cheaper insurance. That works up until a point. There's catch 22 on that one now, bro. Like sometimes I tell people, you need to move your whole business to Mississippi, but you physically need to move your business to that spot because it's certain parts of trucking that the paperwork and the records and all that stuff by law have to be at that location because they have the right to pop up at that address at any time. That's why, you know what I'm saying, you can have a MC number with a PO box and a suite number and all that on FMCSA. But but in the application that get filed, it gonna have mailing, and then it gonna have place of business, and they're two different things if you got two different addresses. So, like I said, when it come up to new interest safety audits, it come up to on-site audits, serious accident, TSA type of stuff, NTSB type of stuff. It really need to be where you say it is. In any other business you running, man, you could do a rental office space that really ain't nothing but yeah, they go by your garage address on your claim on your insurance. Basically, wherever your truck is garaged on the insurance side. But as far as FMCSA, when it comes to new interest safety audit that you're gonna have, I had one of those. When it comes to safety and compliance audits, uh, in the future, I had three of those. They want that shit at your place of business. They won't let you have. Now the insurance company, they accept where you say you garage it because these trucks move a lot, and if you say it's gone, it's just gone. It was on the road or whatever. But FMCSA, when they say they want to do it on site, they gonna call you and verify your address. You can give them another address, but you're gonna have to go up in there and do a amendment to your MC 90. I think it's MC 90, MCS 90, or is your MCS 150. I think it's the 150. MCS 150 was your biannual update, and you had to go in there and say something else. You know what I'm saying? Because they're gonna want to know what that discrepancy is about and why that address ain't where you really at and why you telling us you over there and you really ain't. Because when we need to come by and holler at you, we need to really be able to come by and holler at you. Yeah. And COVID, the only reason they didn't come to my house. They usually come to your place, wherever your address. They usually come and stay a week and give you a chance to do all the stuff you and present all the paperwork you need to print. But COVID made it so they didn't come to my house. But under any other circumstances, they would have came to my door. By that player. COVID just changed the game a little bit on there, but yeah, they come to your house. They come to your doorstep, wherever you say it is. Just like you got certain clowns that got the address to be there, and it's a suite, and it's getting there and the other. But at the same time, when they get through talking, they want to go where your records at. They want to see where the records at, not where they process server, not where they put people that mind in the mailbox. They don't want to talk to them. They want to talk to you. Yeah. So that's the only thing about that. It's good though. It's good to have satellite locations and offices and stuff like that, but you just like I said, have your ducks in a row on that and have your principal address, your principal address be the one where you keep all your paperwork, all your records, fuel, receipts, copies of the loan, everything. Yeah, Wisconsin, man, you gotta get out of New York because really to be honest with you, that's not a crazy amount of insurance, but it's high. That's pretty high. And it has a lot to do with the demographic of where you are in relationship to how people drive, how dangerous of an area, how accident prone it is. You know, so it took a point where those situations right there, um, become a thing where you actually start high, and through showing them that you're pretty good, it comes down year by year. But the big thing is you gotta last that long, and that's what they I ain't gonna lie, man. I told somebody this consultation the other day. I ain't saying there's no conspiracy, but I will say this: they making it hard for a little guy that just starting out right now, and it ain't never been easy. But they making it harder than it have been in the past. As far as insurance goes and stuff like that, you need to have your credit right. Biggest thing I say besides your driving record, your credit needs to be right. Because if they're gonna front you month to month, $31,000 worth of insurance with probably 10% down. If you got a down payment and you're doing a month to month, that's basically a finance agreement. So they look at your credit worthiness on finance agreements, even though it ain't structured like that. It's month to month, but you got a finance agreement. Yeah, they set us up to fail to an extent, man, but Like I say, when you done been out on the road for a while, you get to see some of the buffoon shit that people do on and off YouTube. This ain't got nothing to do with YouTube. Every single day I ride on the highway and look at loads of curves where I'm like, I look at flatbed trucks like, I look at car haulers like, what, what? Yeah, 31K for the year. I said, that ain't good. It ain't bad as it could be, bro. Cause like I said, they quoted my partner up there in Indiana, and it ain't no high accident type prone place. They quoted him $100,000. They want 10 down. It really 120, and they want like 10 down. So like I said, is one of them situations where you might perhaps won't know what's going on before you jump in that water. Have you some real plan going together. Keep that operating cost low because, like I said, at the end of the day, you can't control what the insurance company want. You just gotta pay it. Only thing you control is what you control, and then keep your operating cost down, your equipment cost down, your running cost down. Make sure your ducks in a row. Have you a cushion? You know what I'm saying? Huh? Mm, yeah. And it seemed like the no fault state should have the cheapest. But you know that how that go. Just come see me. They said one payment. Most of the time, if they quote you something like that, bro. Oh yeah. Hell yeah. They want 10 down and I won't say it was like 10.5 a month or something like that. He asked me extenuating shit going on. Yeah, must come see me. One payment. Uh, yeah, usually they do have the option like that. I know they sent me 69,000 bill, but it ain't really one payment. You might want to call that insurance guy and see is that the early payout. Because the early payout is a different number. If they want it all at once, it should be a significant discount for paying it all at once. Streetcar TV, what's up, baby? Baton Rouge, baby. What's up, Shedrick? What's up, brother? But like I said, when people start suggesting stuff and they throwing ideas out there, I want you to take time. Don't just jump on the bandwagon because somebody say, hey, man, come lease on. I know you, man, you got your own authority, man. You can lease on to me and just run because I got these customers and all that. Can't nobody hustle this stuff like you. It really ain't no shortcut. Dispatchers and all that shit, that's cool and everything. But at the end of the day, can't nobody hustle this stuff like you. And if you're really trying to be independent, you need to pursue that. Pursue that. If the money ain't lining up, if seem like the equipment ain't lining up, or you scared that the work ain't gonna be there, and yada yada yada. If that's the fear, or if that's what you think about, and you want to be independent and get your own number and run, simply wait. Just wait. This shit ain't going nowhere. Just wait. Keep saving your money. Because what you invest in yourself gonna come back tenfold. What you invest in other people is what I call speculative. That could be something that could come back. It might not. But when you invest in yourself, man, you know what I'm saying? That most of the time gonna come back tenfold because when you make this initial investment, this huge investment in yourself, you're gonna work harder than somebody that you just gave them your money or they just over you and you doing this and that and the other. Like I said, if your goal is to do that, ain't nothing wrong with starting out leasing on, but by no means would you want to have your own authority and be leased on, because that's a trap, that's a trick of the devil, and you're gonna be losing money on all fronts, and your own authority will be the one that goes down. It's gonna get turned off. It's gonna get turned off because you're gonna stop paying the insurance for the authority that you're not using. That number that ain't on the side of your truck, you're gonna simply stop paying the insurance and pay the insurance where you getting the load from. But when you come back and turn your authority back on, you will be back at zero. You can't cheat it. Ain't no way to cheat it. You can run under somebody for a year and a half, 2 years. you gain a lot of experience. So when you do come out, you know what to do, and hopefully they was alright. They ain't fuck over too bad, so you know what to expect out of somebody that doing right. But other than that, you know what I'm saying? That's the experience that you gain, and you sacrifice a little bit of your money because you leased on and you pay a percentage. But hopefully you leased on to some really good people that show you how to run this thing. And when you jump off and do your own, you real confident that I know exactly what I'm doing. That's the only way I just really see leasing on there. Decent percentage, somebody that can keep me going and use it as a learning experience while making some on the job training for half the price. No. If you come out here and you spend your money, like I said, can't nobody hustle this stuff like you. If you come out here and spend your money, you need to be trying to maximize your profit, your earning potential. And the best way to maximize your profit, your earning potential is to truly work for yourself. I ain't down talking nobody that leased on to nobody. But if you want to eventually have your own authority, I suggest that you come out and possibly lease on to somebody to get some experience, or come out and have you a cushion that big enough that you can start, have some trial and error, run them 3 months until everybody starts saying, okay, get your loan security together and not be stressing. I've been at home since the 4th of June. I ain't been doing nothing but around bored, making a whole lot of phone calls, putting a whole lot of different stuff together, and shopping. Man, I've been having a ball just buying low security stuff. That's how lame my life be sometimes, y'all. I'm in there clicking through steering wheels and shifter extensions and gas dash kits and all that stuff for the other truck. They're gonna be a little bit prettier than the other truck. They go do the same thing when I get that peak. Get what? I know what I want. And I already started putting up stuff to put in it and on it. I know the truck I got, I want. I know where it coming from. I don't know the exact truck, but I know where it coming. And I know one thing. It don't take nothing but some money to do it. So I already go ahead and start getting myself ready in advance. I like things way out in front. They like Freightliner had my truck, and I didn't know how long they were gonna have my truck. Go buy another truck. Well, Johnny, you could have just went and rented a truck and y'all there and made your money, and you still could have been rolling and everything. Sure could have. Sure could have. If I really needed it like that, yeah. If I was stuck with a direct customer and wasn't so insulated by running stuff the way I run it, I would have had to do that just to keep up with obligations. But guess what? When you work for yourself, I go to work when I get ready. I think it is YouTube. I think it's the Wi-Fi. I'm on it. But anyway, yeah, like I said, we get ready. It's the same thing with the owner operators. I ain't calling nobody like, man, you ain't went to work. No. Mm-mm. Folk, hey, I don't about that. Determine that check. That folk go to work when they get ready. Everybody know, everybody know. Just like I know, just like you will know if you leased on to somebody or you own the company. Insurance keep going regardless if you work or not. You just need to know that at any given moment that when you want to stop or you got something that's gonna come up that you gotta do, you stacked up some bread. Cause see, like I said, we had money, I had money put up, but then at the same time, the week before I start running, I was so far ahead of myself. I just kept all them invoices, didn't even put them in till the week after the truck had been in the shop a week. That was like $9,000. Just on some shit I had ran on some arbitrary stuff and just been putting the invoices over to the side. I send in some invoices, keep operations going, pay myself, yada yada yada, and throw an invoice over there in the corner. Run a couple more of them. Hey, send them in, get some money, operations, that pay myself, this, that for the company, throw an invoice over there to the side. Don't send it in. Shit, by the time I sat down for 2, 3 days, I had 8 invoices to send in. 8 loads to send in. I mean, it's one of the things where you don't calculate it. I'm gonna say that calculate it. And that's why I said one of the biggest things about today is recognize the people that move through life calculate. They thinking. It takes some thought to manage a house, take care of some kids, work all day, be a good father, show people you love them, you care about them, and still be there when good, bad, and ugly go down. So, like I said, I salute. Once again, all the father figures and everything like that, they come from nowhere on the pride. Me and my wife, Cocaine, Warren, Dog Horde the Rain, man, real love out there to every last one of y'all, man. And like I said, if you got a dream, stand on it. Make this shit a reality. You know what I'm saying? Don't rush nothing. Make everything calculated. And if you can't get the number to say what you need to say, that means it's time to wait. For real. For real. And like I said, D consultation still jumping out. Dollar sign JBUTLER357. Cash out. Leave your phone number in the four line. And when I give you that thumbs up, you know I'm finna call. You know I'm finna call. So like I said, man, y'all be blessed. Y'all don't eat too much of that barbecue, man. Keep that shine side up, that greasy side there. Y'all already know what I say about a hater and a man. So get what? Peace and love. I want y'all to just really concentrate on making stuff be what you want it to be right now. Work on things being what you want it to be. I'm gonna say that again. Right now. If you want to do this and you want to have your own number, you want to lease on, you want to buy the equipment, you want whatever you want to do, whatever you got on your mind, start working on it right now. Cause like I said, time over everything. And if you knew how much time you had, you'll speed up. You'll speed up. So get what? Get to work, get it done, and get you some money. Make money, not excuses, people.